minute.
Oh, it's too late now. Hang on. What's up, guys? We're back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting podcast. Special guest today, Bo Miller. Thanks for joining us, buddy. I am having issues with my mic right now, so I'm going to turn it over to these guys, and I will hopefully be back in like 5 minutes when I get this thing figured out. So enjoy.
Okay, so let's get it started. There is no echo right now, right?
I'm not hearing anything, no.
Okay, we are good to go. Let me check on best fight thoughts. First fight of the night is Pinero versus Hughes. Luana Pinero versus Sam Hughes. Okay,
Yeah,
Bo,
so
what do you have here?
I don't have anything on this fight pre. I think the move to play Pinero is probably playing round one. I don't have any interest in it. I thought against Marcos, she kind of looked like she's a quitter. I don't want to say that too early, but as Marcos kind of started to put it on her, she was looking pretty uncomfortable. I think if you're going to play Hughes here, the move is to play her live after one, or maybe like towards the end of the first round. Because if she doesn't get finished, she's actually probably pretty live here. We haven't seen Pinero go after one. I think she went to a split decision like years and years ago and lost. But besides that, every single one of her fights finished in the first. And I think if you're going to take a shot on Hughes, you get a pretty crazy number live. I mean, she's what, minus 400, 450 right now?
Yeah,
I think that's probably the way to play.
Minus 455.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's even a little bit like, we all know Hughes kind of sucks, but I even think that's a little bit crazy. We haven't really seen shit from Pinero. Like, she'll probably reverse Hughes every time she tries to shoot. But just in general, I think this is a decent live spot if you want to get a crazy number on Hughes going into two. I doubt she has pretty much any success early, and it's going to look like the line's pretty accurate. But later it goes, I think she's could be a good live spot.
Yeah, so I agree with you mostly. I played some Pinero round one, and inside the distance, I think she's going to smash her, honestly, because Hughes is not a very good athlete. She's tough and all that, and people threw her under the bus because they were telling she quit against, who was that? Against Tecia Torres with that infamous under that everybody played the under over 1.5, minus 110, and then it went under. That was fucking karma for
that was bad. That was bad.
And and DC was telling on the mic that she quit and everything, and in the end she had an eye injury and everything. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, I played Pinero inside the distance and round one, and I played fight doesn't go the distance big. I was thinking I was not going to have anything on this fight, but ended up being pretty big. I honestly think Pinero is going to kill her.
I mean, I totally understand playing Pinero round one. That's pretty much how she's going to win this fight. I don't see Hughes having really any degree of success early. Like, absolutely anything in the first round, I don't really see her doing anything. If Hughes has any success, it's going to be late.
Yeah, I mean, round one is going to be Pinero judo throwing this girl all over the octagon.
Yeah.
Okay, second fight of the night is... Oh, this is my favorite. Soriano against Sayalan Nuerdan Bieke.
You want me to start this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was a little bit surprised they opened Norden Beke sub at like plus 2,000. I thought that was a little bit nuts. I don't think he's going to go out there and sub him. Like, he's kind of a decent cage wrestler, I guess, but I don't think Norden Beke is that good in general. Like, you look at the record and the guys he's beat, it's really not that impressive. But for what he's going to try to do playing into Soriano's weakness, I thought that was a little bit nuts opening that plus 2,000. I didn't play it. I actually took Soriano KO here. I mean, Norden Beke is extremely hittable on the feet. He doesn't really just like can take shots through his guard. Soriano he's a pretty good boxer, dude, to be honest. He throws kind of decent leg kicks, and I think he's going to touch up Norden Beke anytime they're standing. I played a little bit on Soriano KO, I think at 225, and then a little bit on Soriano KO 1. I think fight doesn't go the distance is a good play here. I didn't touch it. I don't have any interest in playing Soriano money line at minus 280. I think that's a little bit crazy laying that just for what, I mean, we saw him get taken down against, what was his last fight?
Yagos.
Yagos like 3 or 4 times in the first round. And like, sure, that's live to happen here. I really don't think Norden Beke is that good in general. Anytime they're on the feet, he's pretty liable to get knocked out. So I like the KO. I like the KO 1.
Okay, Andrew is back. Can you hear me?
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less. There is no echo, right?
Not on my end. If there is, hopefully people can let us know. I don't know what the hell is going on with my microphone, but I'm here now. I know
It's a bit so, but we can hear you. It's all right.
How about now? What if I get real nice and close?
It will work.
Dude,
did you have anything in the Pinero fight? Pinero versus Hughes?
No, I have nothing there. I don't know what the fuck is good with this mic, dude. Like, I literally just used it for a show an hour ago, but I have nothing on that fight. I have nothing on this Soriano fight either. Like, I think if it stays on the feet, he's gonna fuck him up. But yeah, I'm not interested in laying minus 300.
This sounds horrible, man. You need to start paying the internet in New York.
I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think
I don't
about
know,
this?
Comments, dude, the comments are
Barner?
saying the comments say they could hear me fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a little bit rough, but we can hear you perfectly. I mean, not perfectly, but we can understand you. It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry.
I'm gonna do
Soriano versus Nuerdanbieke Sayalan. What do you have here? I'm the presenter today because you went away. I'm going to run this whole thing.
You're right. Yeah, I have nothing on that fight. I think Soriano is a justified big favorite. I think he'll beat him up on the feet, but yeah, I'm not dying to play that minus 300.
Yeah, so I agree with most boss said that Soriano is probably going to win the stand-up by a mile. But I don't like knockout because this is the classic Chinese with a brick head that doesn't get knocked out, only gets submitted. I was looking at fight ends by submission. It's plus 275. I think that's fine because Soriano on the ground is... I mean, I'm sure he's not a white belt, but he acts like a white belt. He's fucking bad. He gets passed all the time, easily, and I wasn't going to play anything here, but then I saw this tomato come by submission plus 1200, and man, I have to do it. This line is up. If anybody wants it, it's up at BetStars plus 1200. It's plus 900 around pass. Plus 1200 is a must. He got a couple takedowns against... Which was his name? This guy that fought...
Kulibao?
Yeah, Kulibao. Kulibao sucks too.
He made Kulibao look good too.
I mean, Kulibao should have finished that, but yeah. I played him by submission, whatever. He may die and Soriano maybe just kills him, but I know there is value there, so whatever.
No, that's fair. I totally get playing the sub line. I think that's kind of crazy they opened that plus 2,000 against a guy who's literally going to play into Soriano's weakness. But yeah, I think Soriano finishes him.
Yeah, so next fight, Cody Durden versus Kang Aori, another Chinese brickhead.
Yeah, so I took Durden sub 1 at plus 1,400 and then Durden submission at plus 550. I think both those are pretty off. I like how aggressive Durden is. After he gets someone against the cage, he's immediately looking to take back. And I mean, initially on tape, I didn't hate the idea of playing Aori. I really do think he's going to do well at range here. But when I watched the Amarov fight, which is literally 2 years ago, and his wrestling looked terrible, man. I mean, anytime he got pressed against the cage, he was giving up his back. It was just a really bad look in general. Like, he's an okay offensive grappler on top. I don't hate it. I just...
What the fuck, Andrew?
Yeah, I think he gives up his back pretty quickly. Like, we saw Durden in the Jimmy Flick fight and the Gutierrez fight. Like, pretty early, he immediately gets hooks in. I like how aggressive he is getting hooks in. Yeah, I think sub 1 is really in play. Plus 1,400 was too wide there. I didn't go big, but I have a unit on his sub plus 550 as well. I think that's solid.
What do you got, Andrew?
I played Durden sub at plus 650. I think Bo nailed some of the points of that. Aori's regional tape not looking too great. So yeah, I played sub plus 650. So yeah, hopefully Durden does his thing.
Can you highlight comments right now? Or how do you do that?
Yeah.
Because
I'm look how I'm doing this. So I have I can only be the presenter from my computer. So I'm in the chat as a guest, but also on my
okay,
computer.
because I was going to say that I am seeing the comments from people, but I cannot highlight them. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Somebody said C isn't here and there is no echo at all. Shocker. Fucking Z. Yeah, I agree with you. I played Durden pretty big to finish this fight. He has 10 finishes in 11 wins, and this guy fucking sucks. And Molina hit him with everything, and he didn't die, so I think it's going to be a submission. He sucks. I mean, honestly, he sucks. He kind of hits hard, but that's it. These people are in the UFC because Dana decided to build this performance institute in China, and I mean, yeah, get me in the UFC too. These people are not UFC level. They fucking suck. Like, which Chinese fighter is good outside of Kang and the guy that Chimaev just raped?
Maheshate.
Jing Liang. Majestate, it's a legend. Yeah, that's true. Is he Chinese?
I think he's
Half Mongolian or something.
yeah, something like that.
That's a superior race. Okay, the next one. This is going to be a good one. Faris Ziam versus Terrence McKinney. Over under 60 seconds?
I mean, this is an interesting one, man. You got to take McKinney's tape with a grain of salt. Like, I bet him a couple times in LFA. I didn't do anything in his UFC debut. Like, he's obviously a good wrestler, but we still haven't really even seen shit in Top Control besides him being a backpack on Woodson for like a round and a half. When he's striking, like, he leaves himself super open. And even though we haven't seen that much tape of it, I just think in general it's sketchy playing McKinney here. Like, Ziam, Farias, generally, people had success. Like, who was it? Like, Luigi got him down in the third round, and whoever the guy was before that, I'm blanking on his name.
I mean, Luigi almost killed him.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I understand playing McKinney for the wrestling angle. I just haven't seen enough, and Ziam's takedown defense initially really isn't that bad. I think Ziam picks him apart at range. Like, I think it's going to be really ugly. Sure, maybe McKinney lands some crazy shit like he did before, but his backflip head kick thing, I don't think it's going to work, and I think he's going to get touched up pretty bad. So I'm passing on this fight. I understand playing. I understand. Honestly, I think Ziam's the side, but yeah, I'm passing.
Andrew.
Yeah, so I played McKinney sub at plus 850. I think his chain wrestling is actually pretty underrated, and Ziam's grappling doesn't look that good. The reason I haven't played the money line is, like, I don't know that McKinney's smart enough to not go in there and try to, like, get another highlight finish. And, like, obviously I favor Ziam at range. I think he could beat him up pretty bad on the feet. But yeah, if McKinney's smart, he takes that grappling path, and I think submission plus 850 is kind of crazy considering, like, Ziam isn't really much in the grappling department, and McKinney, like, when he did take that path against Sean Woodson, I mean, he was looking like a huge favorite until he got hit with a flying knee. So yeah, long story short, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure you are putting your finger on top of the phone microphone because we could hear you
for a sec.
Huh? Yeah, we could hear you very clearly for a second. Okay, whatever. I played McKinney small round one and submission. I agree with the things you both said. I mean, he should have better wrestling. Ziam's grappling defense is all right until you get him down. He sucks on the mat. But yeah, it's not like McKinney is going to come out here and play this like Islam Makhachev. This is going to look like a parking lot fight because McKinney is 70 IQ. The guy just goes out there and throws everything. I can't believe any of you didn't play. I mean, why are you not playing fight doesn't go the distance? I know it's minus 250, but it's the parlay piece of the week. Come on. I don't think this is going 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't either, but I don't know. I've gotten burned on some fight doesn't go the distance lately. Like Chandler Gaethje, Burgers, Quarantillo, Holloway versus
McKinney is going to win in like 13 seconds. Just watch again.
I thought about playing it at like minus 185 or whatever it was, but I'm probably good on minus 250. Yeah, sure. That's probably a really good parlay piece. I'm chilling on playing that straight though.
Yeah, I think if it gets extended, Ziam probably picks him apart on the feet, but whatever. As long as someone like fucking dies, I'm not going to be too mad.
No, I hear you.
Next Lupita Godinez against Loma Lukboom, who I'm pretty sure is a 15-year-old boy from Thailand.
Yeah, this one's pretty funny. Lupi's last fight against, who was it, Carolina, up at 125 was pretty damn frustrating. Like, I think she was able to get one takedown early, and then it was pretty bad after that. But, I mean, I'm glad she's back at the weight class she belongs at, and Loma's a lot closer to her size. I think she gets her down pretty easy here. Like, obviously, Loma's strong in the clinch, and she could get beat up there, but I think once she's on her legs, she's getting her down. I played Lupi sub at plus 850. I thought whatever it was, 600 on most books was decent, and then DraftKings opened 850. I think that's really solid.
Once she's on top,
yeah, on Lupi sub.
Very fraudulent. No, that's a good line.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a crazy line, dude. I didn't play money line on Loopy. I probably should have done it when she was lower. I don't have that much interest in 170, but even standing, like I don't think it's a complete wash for Loma at all. Like she's good in the clinch and she throws kind of naked kicks that I think she's going to get caught. And even like boxing wise, man, entering range and in the pocket, like Loma's pretty reactive with her shots and just in general. I think Loma's a little bit overrated and Loopy's going to get her down and sub pretty quick.
Yeah, Andrew, what do you got?
Yeah, that comment is so true, dude, because I have like the same sense of humor that you do, but I'm like a little more like tamed. And so when you say something, my first instinct is to laugh at it.
But I don't say anything like really bad, not like in Twitter. I control myself.
Yeah, you're definitely better here than Twitter, but yeah, I like Godinez. I think we're getting a discount on her here because of the loss up at 125. I also played sub at plus 850. I think she's got a huge grappling path here, and I don't know. Loma obviously like is good at Muay Thai, but like outside of that, I'm not sure she's really good at anything. She's kind of small. Yeah, Godinez is the pick and the play.
Yeah, I again agree. I think Godinez should be minus 400 or something like that here. Like, what is going to stop her from just grapple fucking this girl or this small boy? Like, she fucking sucks. Her grappling is not horrible. Her first layer defense, like people like to call it first layer defense, it's not horrible. But once you get her down, she has very little, I think. I mean, it's just defensive grappling. It's the classic type of defensive grappling you see from the guys out of Tiger Muay Thai. That kind of work. I don't know how to call it really. She's not good. On the feet, it's an honest fight. Godinez has good boxing and hits much harder than her, but she has more volume and everything. But yeah. I don't see Godinez having any issues taking this to the mat and doing whatever she wants. Because I think I played her against who did she fight before Carolina? Silvana Juarez. Yeah, I played her big, and I played her big again against Carolina, and that was painful because I felt like she could get the takedowns, but she was going for the wrong ones. I mean, she was too tall for the body locks, like shoot in the open or go for single legs or change. And let's be honest, she lost because of the size. No, it wasn't anything else. It was the fucking size. And here she's going to be bigger, I think, for the first time maybe in her career. Loma is a dwarf. She's small as fuck, and Godinez is built like a tank. I think she fits here. She fits here with takedowns, and that's whatever she wants. So yeah, I'm massive on Godinez. I didn't want to say massive because it's funny. People told me that last week some books took down the Joel Alvarez line after the podcast, and I'm like, it wasn't us. And people were saying, yeah, it was us. I'm not sure. Bet365 took it down, and Bookmaker too. I don't know, man. My ego wants to think it was us. So yeah, I'm on Godinez pretty big. I like all you said. I got inside. I played inside the distance because sub was plus 600. I mean, the difference between lines was not worthy for me, but the line you got, boy, is very, very good. I hope you hit it for the limit. So yeah, next one. These two are tomato cans too. I mean, this card is a disgrace.
We're trying to make the best of it.
No, it's decent for betting, but name power wise, it's pretty bad. Rafa Garcia versus Nathan Levy or Levi. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it. It's Levy, right?
Yeah, it's Nathan Levy. I don't have a bet on this. I don't really have much to say. I think probably the most likely outcome is Levy just getting on top and being pretty boring and, doing his work. But I don't know, man. I even against the LFA fight, I forget the guy's name, where he went to a split. I thought he just had some really questionable moments there in transition. And I do think he's good on top, but in general, yeah, I'm cool passing on this.
I pass too, man. I agree again. Like, I was thinking maybe Levy by submission.
Yeah.
The line is not too bad, but he's not that impressive of a grappler, in my opinion. And Rafa Garcia he's not a great grappler himself, but he's competent. Let's say competent. And on the feet, he probably wins the minutes. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just going to watch from the outside. I don't think fight ends by submission. It's bad. It's like plus 275, something like that, or plus 250. I don't hate that. Fight ends by submission.
Quinn. Get out of here, Quinn.
And Quinn needs to start eating meat.
What do you got on this, Andrew?
Yeah, dude, Magic, you got to work on your leader skills, bro.
I mean, if there is no one else remaining, man, this is not rocket science.
That's what I always do when I'm like leading it. I always make sure to like say when I'm done. That way, like sometimes I'm like rambling. I'm like, I don't know, and I'm like, well, that's what I have. Or like, Magic, what do you think?
Anyway, we should have named. You see that? We should have named the podcast like that.
Yeah, dude, that is the best. That is the best name ever. The Chadcast. It might not be too late to rename it. But yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. I was saying the other day, like I at least like whether I'm betting the fight or not, I'm usually able to form some kind of opinion, like on 99% of fights. This fight, I literally just have no idea, dude. Like I taped it and like couldn't really come to any meaningful conclusions. So long story short, I passed. There are much better spots on the card, I think, than this. I mean, this fight will hopefully tell us a little bit about both these guys. I mean, I couldn't believe Garcia didn't kill.
Crutchmatcher. We lost Andrew.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm here.
Yeah, but I think you are back.
I'm here. That's my thoughts. I don't have anything meaningful to add. Next up, here, do you want to keep going as the host, so to speak, or you want me to take it?
Yeah, so everybody passed, and now for sure, like 100%, Levy is going to submit him in round 1 just because I passed.
Yep.
Next fight, I have a pretty strong opinion on this one.
Yeah,
and the
I do
line
too.
movement is interesting. Pat Sabatini versus Tucker Lutz or Lutz. It's Lutz or Lutz?
I think it's Lutz.
Lutz. Tucker Lutz.
Yeah, I have a couple units on Lutz and a unit on his KO. I think Sabatini is a great wrestler and he's good on top, but he's a fucking liability standing, man. Like it's only a matter of time till someone puts him down. And like I had like 6 units on Sabatini against Connolly, and then played Emmers against Sabatini, which I thought was a pretty good spot. But man, Emmers is just a fucking idiot. That was crazy. Like willingly going into 50-50 with him and doing like a spazzy toe hold. I thought he had that fight pretty locked up on the feet.
And that fight was done. I had Emmers by knockout at a crazy number, plus 650. And he got him hurt upstairs and downstairs. And then like that was the 70 IQ move of the month. He starts going for a toe hold against a black belt and gets submitted. Should have been like cut. I'm sorry, Emmers. That's cut.
No, that was pretty bad, man. I was actually at a jiu-jitsu tournament when that fight happened. I didn't get to watch it for the first time until like 4 days ago or something. That was disgusting, man. I can't believe that.
I remember that. I watched your fight.
I got reverse swept, bro, on the card that time. I got out of the card and
man, you beat that old man. That was a tomato can.
The
guy that gave you the body look. I remember the video.
Bro, the second we fucking touched hands, he just was like, "Here, have your underhook."
It was like this.
That's fucking hilarious, bro. But yeah, I think Lutz is gonna knock him out. I think 500 or 550, whatever I got, is a really good line on Lutz knockout. I really think it's a matter of time. Like Lutz is pretty comfortable in the pocket. He can wrestle. He doesn't put his back on the cage too much. I just think in general it's a really good spot for Lutz. I like the line movement. But yeah, so I played his money line in KO.
What do you have, Mr. Gombas?
There you go. I like Lutz here. I think Bo hit a lot of the points. I think he's better stand-up. I think Sabatini's a little small for the weight. I think his cardio is pretty questionable in that Connolly fight. I think we all had him pretty big there. But yeah, I like Lutz. I mean, I was not a believer until that last fight. I thought he answered a lot of questions against Aguilar. I think he's a better striker here. I think he's a little bit bigger, and he comes from that wrestling background as well. So I doubt that Sabatini's just going to be able to take him down at will. I mean, on top, obviously, Sabatini's dangerous, but I don't know. I like Lutz here. I think he's going to land some low kicks. I think he's going to outbox Sabatini pretty comfortably, and I think he could look like a pretty big favorite in hindsight.
Yeah, I agree. I played Lutz and Lutz late. Lutz inside the distance and Lutz late. I was going to play knockout, but the line wasn't worthy. So yeah, I just took inside the distance, but he's not going to submit Sabatini. So, but yeah, I mean, this guy is massive for the weight class. He fought a fucking huge guy at Contenders that was a 170 pounder, and he did okay. I don't think Sabatini is going to take him down here, and I think on the feet, Lutz is pretty much going to break his face. And Sabatini doesn't look to have a very good chin, in my opinion. He was getting worked down and basically outstriked by Tristan Connelly, who, no disrespect, is not the best athlete in the world or the best striker. So yeah, I think Lutz has him covered, and this is going to get ugly, I think. We will see.
Yeah, I think Lutz late is in play. I actually had Emmers round 3 in the last fight too. Even if Lutz spends time on his back, I think anytime they're on the feet, he's super live for a finish, man. Sabatini, like you said, dude, like even against the Conley fight, which I had him big, late in that fight, like he made Conley look like a pretty good boxer in the 3rd round.
He was running. I mean, there is moving and there is running, and he was running.
He really was, and like Andrew mentioned, his cardio is really, really shaky, man. Like
he's small for the division, I think.
Yeah,
that's my impression. He looks like a featherweight or a bantamweight. What is this at? He looks one division smaller. This is at featherweight, right? Yeah. I think so.
But yeah, I think Lutz is a good move here.
I mean, Lutz round 3 is plus 2,800.
Just straight up round 3 or round 3 KO?
Round 3.
Really?
At the same book I said earlier, but I'm not going to do any more promo. If you want promo, fucking pay me. So yeah. Next one is the people's main event. Adrian Yanez versus Davy Grant. Davy Grant, shout out to his doctor because he was a fucking tomato can shit grappler, and he came back and now he's a mix of Wonder Boy and Rocky Balboa. And hits like a truck. I don't know what happened in England. Must be the potatoes. So yeah, what do you got?
I actually played Grant here, man. I think I'm probably
going from the podcast, Andrew.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Over.
Am I gonna be that shocked if he's coming in there throwing his looping hooks and he gets cracked down the middle and put out? Like, no, realistically, probably not. But I mean, you look at the guys that Yanez has fought, and I still think his defense is pretty bad, man. Like, he backs up in a straight line. He doesn't really move his head at all. Who'd he fight? Gustavo Lopez, Brady Huang, and Victor Rodriguez. The first time he fights anyone with any like decent striking in his last fight, he got beat the fuck up in the first round. And yeah, I'm not trying to say that I think Yanez is bad by any stretch. I just think this line's a little bit too wide. Davy Grant, I don't expect him to stay at kicking range. I think he can have some success there. And he's not like a fantastic grappler, but he's definitely going to shoot takedowns. I'm pretty sure he shot at least a couple times in all of his fights. So yeah, I think, Andrew, you mentioned this before, but it's going to be one of those things where it's just going to be people saying that Davy Grant was value after he has some success early and ends up getting knocked out. But yeah, I was willing to find out. I played a little bit on Grant at that line.
Yeah, what do you got, Andrew?
Yeah, so I played Yanez when he was like minus 230. I think he's going to beat Grant up pretty bad. I think it's possible Grant has a little bit of success early, but Bo mentioned that I had said this over the past couple of days. I think Yanez is going to make reads early. I think he's going to counter some of those lazy looping shots that Grant throws. I don't think Grant's too much of a grappling threat here either. I've seen some people talk about that. I don't really see that happening. But yeah, could be close for a round. I think after that, Yanez puts him out.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew here. I think Grant is going to throw enough volume early for people to say that they got a lot of value on Twitter and feel good about themselves, and then Yanez is going to kill him.
That's exactly
Yanez is a really good boxer. People always love this. Oh, who is a good boxer in MMA? Who is the best boxer? Who is this? It's Peter Yan. We already had this conversation. But Yanez is a really, really good boxer. And hits hard, he's fast, both hands, very good jab, very good counter puncher. Grant is probably bigger and the guy is durable. So yeah, I played Yanez late, round 3, and I played Yanez by submission, plus 1,300. I think it's the sleeper prop of the card.
Damn.
Grant has never been knocked out and has been submitted 4 times. And I can see Grant getting top time, and he sucks at armbar defense, which Yanez has a good armbar. And I think he's going to get hurt on the feet eventually and could be a club and sub too. I mean, Yanez just wants to kill people. Costa was on his knees and he was just like pounding him like they were in a parking lot. But yeah, I think sub it's live. Plus 1300 makes no sense. We'll see. Maybe I look stupid, but we'll see. Yeah, I got a ton of value here.
We forgot to do that last week. It was the first time we didn't
Next
do
one. This is a funny one because you see that at best fight odds they had to change the name and it opened that as Joan Booth versus Tyler Santos, and there is another line that is Joan Calderwood versus Tyler Santos.
Yeah.
Because she got married. Yeah. What do you have here? Let's start with Andrew here because we are still in all the takes. Poor Mr. Gombas.
Yeah, dude, I'm struggling out here. I freaking my microphone's not working. I'm still like not over that. Like I literally did a podcast last night. I did a show an hour ago, and now all of a sudden it's not working. But anyway, I have nothing on this fight. I thought I was gonna like Calderwood pre-tape, but I just see her spending time on bottom here, and I don't know. I kind of think Santos' decision's not a bad look because when she gets takedowns, she doesn't really like. She isn't super aggressive on top. She kind of stays in guard sometimes. So I don't know. I feel like she could probably grind out a decision, but am I looking to bet minus 400 on her here? No, I'm not. So those are my thoughts.
Bob?
Yeah, I actually played JoJo here. I think this line's pretty wide. I really like JoJo's output on the feet. I think I don't think it's a hot take to say she's going to win most of the striking exchanges. I mean, she's landed like fucking over 100 strikes in pretty much every one of her fights besides the one she got submitted by Maya, I think it was. But yeah, I mean, initially, no, JoJo's takedown defense isn't great, but I don't think it's that bad. In general, I think the rounds are going to be pretty close. Obviously, yeah, if she spends 10 minutes on her back, it's probably going to look like not a very good bet. Talia, she's not very active on top, man. I just think in general, these rounds are going to be a lot closer than what the odds are indicating. I can't fucking imagine laying minus 400 on Santos here. In general, I think she's a little bit overrated. Like, look at the girls she's beat. Fucking Molly McCann and Jillian Robertson, who's literally addicted to playing guard. And then Roxy, who can't beat anyone unless she has, like, top time. I just think in general, these odds are way too wide. I think Santos is being overrated. So, yeah, I took a little shot on JoJo.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hot take here. I think Santos is going to cover her line, and I think she's going to murder Calderwood. Or Booth, sorry. Mrs. Booth. I think Santos is going to fuck her up. Like, why not? She can get on top, do whatever she wants. I don't think this girl is going to get submitted from bottom against Calderwood. And I think on the feet she's going to hurt Joanne. I mean, she puts out a lot of volume, Joanne. But against fucking Jessica I and these people, this Santos has some hammer, man. She hits fucking hard. So yeah, but this probably develops into clinch and takedown for Santos, and then that's whatever she wants, in my opinion. If Booth can keep it on the feet, she probably can compete with the volume if she's not dying every time Santos lands. But yeah, whatever. Maybe it looks like hindsight bet of the year, Booth moneyline, you know? But I think Santos is going to finish her, honestly. I think it gets ugly late. I could be wrong.
Did you play anything on this one?
Yeah, I played Santos inside the distance, submission, and round 3 is all small.
Cool.
I think it's going to be a submission. Next one, I was big on this fight before it got cancelled, and I'm glad it's back. Rani Yaya versus Kang Kyung-ho. Kang. I'm pretty sure this is Kyung-ho Kang, not Kang Hyuko, but whatever. The Korean guy, we all know him. Mr. Perfect, right? It's his nickname, Mr. Perfect. Not about
I don't have a bet on this fight. Honestly, think like playing anyone late against Yaya, like I don't hate that play at all. Actually, I do have a little tiny bet on Kang KO3 just for degen purposes. But I don't have any interest in either of the money lines here. I think Yaya, it could just look like every one of his fights where he gets his top control is fucking stellar, man. Like there's no doubt about that. Kang coming off a layoff. I think, yeah, he's quicker and he's more technical standing, but I don't want to say he's just going to absolutely wash Yaya if it's in striking exchanges. I think a better move if you want to look to play Kang is probably to play him after a round or something like that if he doesn't get finished. Just because Yaya's, we all know he's liable to gas. But yeah, I don't have a ton of interest in this one now. A little bet on Kang round 3, but nothing big.
Andrew?
Yeah, I don't have anything here. I think Kang's a little bigger, probably a little bit better of a striker on the feet. He's a capable grappler in his own right. Obviously, Yaya is really good at pure jiu-jitsu. So I don't know. I kind of could see it going either way. I don't have a great read for it, but I remember you felt pretty strongly about it, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I played Kang to finish this fight pretty big. I'm confident this is going to be like a rolling session for like 7 or 8 minutes, and then Kang, who is huge and has actually something resembling cardio, is going to do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure Yaya can get top time early and control. I mean, do what he always does, but he always gasses, and Kang is not getting submitted by Yaya. I mean, the Enrique Barzola fight was very telling. If you survive 10 minutes, this guy is on life support. So I played Kang by submission. Actually, everybody's playing him by knockout. I have seen it around. I think Yaya is going to cardio die and he's going to get a rear naked choke in. And I played him late too. I mean, this is a must. You have to play Kang late here, I think.
Yeah.
It's like plus 1800. I mean, that's a bad line. Whoever made that line should be fired.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really, really bad line.
Submission is, I mean, I have seen submission is plus 1900. Like, what the fuck? I know that Yaya is whatever degree black belt he is, but Kang is a grappler, and Kang is Kang going to knock him out? Because Yaya is going to play guard, and I mean, if Kang finishes this fight, it's going to be him on top and Yaya cardio dying, and he's just going to slip his arm below the neck and submit him. I think I may be like fatally wrong, and he goes out and kicks him in the head or something, but I don't know, man. I have seen this. It's wild because submission it's around from. I played plus 1900, but it is as low as plus 500.
Jeez, yeah, it's a really good line.
Range.
I do get that take. Yaya is such a liability if it goes past like 8 minutes, man.
Yeah, and I don't think he's finishing Kang.
I don't think so either. I do think it's gonna get played out. I just after like even 3 minutes, if Yaya gets a takedown in the first, I think that you're gonna get a crazy number on Kang live, and I think that's just an absolute.
I don't think so, man, because lately
Really?
in a lot of fights where the development of the fight is obvious, the books are like catching up with it.
Yeah.
There have been some pretty good ones lately. Like, these motherfuckers are not as stupid as they were.
I know, man.
Watching that. There was a very obvious one lately, but I don't remember which one it was. Like someone won round 1. It was a washing, and he was not the favorite. I was like, fuck, they are catching up with this.
Oh, I actually remember what fight you're talking about. It was like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, but I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident Kang is going to be there after 10 minutes. So I think this is a really good bet or a really good angle here. We will see. Next one, I thought I was going to be big here, but the lines are fucking garbage. Michael Chiesa versus Sean Brady. Andrew, let's start with you.
Yeah, I thought I was going to like Brady going into this fight, but then when I was running the tape back, I don't like how he puts his back to the fence. And Chiesa is a bad striker, but he does a really good job of forcing grappling exchanges. So I think, I think there's going to be grappling exchanges here. Obviously, Chiesa is a good wrestler. We haven't really seen too much from Brady's defensive grappling, but he looked good against Jake Matthews in the grappling department, who's a pretty good grappler. Brady's strong. If for some reason it stays on the feet, he'll beat him up. I think this will primarily take place in the grappling, where I guess I don't know. It's hard. Like, if whoever's on top is going to win this fight, I think. So it's basically a matter of can Chiesa constantly get him down and hold him down. I don't have the answer to that question, so I'm passing here.
Bo?
Yeah, I think you nailed it, man. I agree with pretty much everything you said. I don't like that Brady backs up to the cage. We haven't really seen him on his back. This is by far and away the best grappler he's faced. And like, I don't want to say Chiesa is not traditional wrestling because obviously he comes from that background, but a lot of his stuff is like, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes forward and gets a body lock, puts him on his back, and looks hindsight like a huge favorite here. I don't have any interest in playing him. Obviously, I don't like him in a kickboxing fight here. But I think I heard John mention something earlier this week. Like, Chiesa does a really, really good job of not letting guys just out kickbox him at range. Like, he's usually dictating if they're going to be in close, if they're going to be in the clinch. And I think it's going to be kind of one of those ones where it's a weird struggle of who's trying to get on top. And yeah, I guess the line maybe is about right, just given everything. But yeah, I don't have any interest in either side here. Yeah, I'm passing on this.
So yeah, when this got announced, I was thinking, wow, they are going to open 5 tents by submission at plus 300, and I'm going to make a huge bet. But the line is garbage. It's like plus 110. I have seen
For fight ends by sub is 110.
Yeah,
that's
garbage.
Fucking terrible. Oh my gosh.
I have seen some people with bets tracked as at plus 200, but that line or either never existed or it's gone because I cannot find it anywhere. That is decent. I was thinking plus 300. Okay, I'm going to make a huge bet here, but the line is not good. And yeah, pretty much what you both said. I can't see this being a complete mess. I mean, there is going to be grappling because Chiesa cannot win the fight any other way than grappling. And what are you doing, man?
What's up, Andrew?
I fixed my microphone.
Okay. So yeah, I think this ends in a clinch.
I'm so
and
fucking happy right now.
Chiesa probably can get takedowns here, but I have no idea really what happens after. Brady looks like a good jiu-jitsu player. I'm not convinced he's really good. I was looking forward to playing Kevin Lee against him, but that fight got cancelled. Chiesa is like magnificent at doing stupid shit with his neck. Like he's a good grappler, and suddenly he does white belt shit. It's amazing. Like the guy is fucking careless, and he's good technically, but maybe it is just me. But I get the impression that he's grappling at half speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His transitions are so fucking slow. Not sloppy, but slow. I think he's more. I mean, how do I say this? Like he's out grappling people because he's fucking huge for the division, not because he's that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has a huge frame and he just covers you and smothers you, very little space. And yeah, I could see him looking inside a huge favorite, getting the back or a choke on. But I could see him just doing a Michael Chiesa and Brady getting a guillotine and it's over in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So whatever, I passed. I can't believe I passed here. I really wanted to bet on this fight. It's going to be a funny one.
Just in general, it could go so many different ways, man.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be a kickboxing match. Maybe Brady wants to keep it on the feet, but he's not really a great striker. And Chiesa can only grapple here. It's the only way he fights because his striking is. I could take Chiesa in a boxing match. I mean, anybody could. He's horrible and he has no power. Andrew's laughing like he couldn't. Maybe he's a pussy.
Dude, my boxing's not up to speed, but back in the day, me and Chiesa would have a good wrestling match.
Man, I have seen your wrestling tape. I have seen all the Andrew Gomba's wrestling tape available on YouTube. It's like 4 or 5 fights. You won some. I was expecting that you were going to suck, but they were not that bad.
That was at the ones on YouTube were at Fargo, which is like the hardest tournament in the country. And fun little story, I was 4-0 in freestyle, and so I was 1 match away from being an All-American, and I popped my shoulder out for the first time. And so I basically wrestled my next 2 matches with 1 arm, and I lost. And then in the last match, and so I was 4-1, and then my last match, I wrestled this kid who ended up being a good D1 wrestler, and I lost by like a very close match with 1 arm. And I was like, oh,
this sounds like excuses to me, like some model Beckham Jr. shit, Andrew.
I got the scars to prove it.
If you get to 5-0, you are an All-American?
If you're in the top 8 at Fargo, you're an All-American. So like there's probably 100 people in the bracket. It's a huge tournament. Like they put down like 50 mats. It's crazy. They do it in Fargo, North Dakota, and it's just like a 3-day thing. It's really cool actually. And my weight class, I think it was like Mark Hall ended up winning, he was a national champ at Penn State. And then it's funny, one of those videos you're talking about, on the mat next to me, it's Aaron Pico. And Aaron Pico was losing 8-0 while I was wrestling. So the announcer just like is nonstop talking about it. He goes, Aaron Pico is human, ladies and gentlemen. He's down 8-0. And then Pico ended up coming back and winning. And then he ended up beating a kid from New Jersey in the final. So that was like one of my first encounters with Pico.
Yeah, so the viewers of the podcast now know that it was the shoulder, but if not, the Jordan Burroughs story would have never happened. Andrew Gombas would have been the medalist for the United States of America. Okay. This is the main event, right? Yeah.
Why the fuck is this a main event, man?
I don't know. I think Misha Tate. I don't know. They maybe have some guy running algorithms, and he said, "Oh, Misha Tate does numbers or something, or has huge tits." It's one of these two, and they said, "Okay, main event." But this really shouldn't be a main event.
No.
It's good for her, I think, in regarding the fight. But whatever.
Yeah,
Misha
no,
Tate
I
versus
agree.
Ketlen Vieira. Let's go. Who wants to start?
I'll kick this one off because I'm super excited that my mic is back working. You know what? Let's just restart the podcast, guys. Now that my mic's back, let's just kick it back to fight one. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like Vieira a lot here. Ever since I watched Misha Tate versus Renault, and I saw some of the takes after that fight, people are acting like Misha Tate is like the second coming of Jesus Christ because she beat a 44-year-old Marion Renault in her retirement fight. I don't get that at all. Vieira is bigger. She missed 135 in her last fight. She hits hard. She hits like a man, for lack of a better term. And she has that good offensive grappling. So I think she's gonna break Misha Tate, honestly, and I think she should be a pretty decent sized favorite here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I actually haven't played Caitlin yet. I wanted to play her plus 100 and kind of missed it. It went to 120. I remember last time, or in the Renault fight, she got fucking steamed the day before and the day of the fight. A ton of money came in. So part of me is kind of hoping that happens. If not, I'll play her Caitlin minus 115. But yeah, I think she should be wider here. That fight against 85-year-old Renault is a huge overreaction, man. Realistically, did she look that stellar in that fight? Her striking, it was fine. She got her down late and finished. But dude, Renault had one foot out the door and she was kind of ready to retire anyways. I just think in general, I agree with what you said. I think there's a lot of crazy takes coming off that fight. And I don't rate Caitlin that high in general. But I think she beats her up pretty bad on the feet here. And if you're gonna play Tate, why wouldn't you just wait to play her live, man? She's not gonna come out in the first round and just wrestle and dominate Caitlin. I think she probably drops the first 2 rounds pretty clearly. And if she has any success, it's gonna come from Caitlin's cardio and her kind of be willing to play guard in her back in 3, 4, and 5. So I think if anything, Tate's live for kind of a late finish or winning the last couple of rounds. But in general, I think Caitlin's going to dominate her early. I kind of like the fight doesn't go the distance too.
Yeah, that's a good spot at plus money, I think.
Yeah.
It's plus 125. That is
dude, but every main event goes the distance now.
I know.
Literally every single
I'm going homeless.
Problem,
if this
dude.
continues, I'm going homeless.
I've lost
I've
lost so much money betting unders and fight doesn't go the distance in main events this year. It's actually uncanny, dude. It all started with the Santos Walker. I had doesn't start round 4.
I didn't play that, man. I had a wrong feeling. People were I have been forever. They were telling me, why are we not playing fight doesn't go the distance? Someone is going to die. I was like, I have a bad feeling about this. We are not playing this. I have a bad feeling. I just played Santos round 1 and then I loved it. I loved that fight. I was looking like a fucking genius.
God, dude, fuck that.
So yeah, I was coming into this fight. I was thinking I was going to play Vieira, but no. I like her. I have played her in the past in a couple fights. She's huge for the division and she hits hard, but her defense is horrible. And if she gets on bottom, she's in trouble. But when she gets on top, she's very good. I think good control, good takedowns. I'm pretty sure she has a judo base or something like that. Probably judo. Yeah, but Misha, I think it's going to break her. I played Misha late round props and inside the distance, but just enough to cover the late round bets I made. Round 4 and round 5, they are insane numbers. And yeah, I think it's going to be classic Misha Tate here. I think she looked good against Renault. I played Renault, so go figure.
I did too.
Yeah, she's 45, but maybe she's older, I think.
That's actually one of those. You had to send that though just to see, and I did think Misha looked good, but like you said, her path here is going to be late. I think her striking
looked pretty good in that fight. I didn't expect it. She looked sharp and fast. I think she can make this go long, and I think 5 rounds is horrible for Caitlin. This girl cardio dies. I think if she's forced to fight and Misha is durable, she's going to be in trouble after 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah.
I agree. But how shocked are you going to be if Caitlin just hits her a couple times on the feet and Tate just kind of crumples up? Like I don't think that's
I
that
don't
out
think
of
Tate
play.
is going to get destroyed or quit or anything, but I'm pretty sure her face is going to go disfigured if she gets hit. Like her nose and everything always happens. But you never know. Maybe she just gets like the ears all red because Vieira is incapable of throwing a straight punch. She just goes like this. Maybe her nose is safe. So,
I remember a picture of her last time in fight week and didn't even recognize her. She looked, dude, it tripped me out so bad because I saw it, it's like, oh shit, that kind of looks like Miesha Tate, and then did like a huge double take and realized it was actually her. Dude, she got some serious surgery done.
I think it's just she looks old now and she had a lot of fights and ate a lot of punches and she's using like Comer's shotgun for makeup. You remember that Simpsons episode when he goes with the shotgun? Pop!
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks fucking horrible, man. And she's also she was talking a ton of shit about Aspen Ladd and her trainer this week.
I saw that.
Again, like shut the fuck up.
I know.
Nobody cares. I mean, wasn't she banging her trainer for like 100 years?
I know her. Yeah, that's kind of a funny take. How old is Tate now? She's what, like 35, 36, something like that.
That's what she says.
She. I mean, I understand playing Tate, but again, dude, I don't get playing that money line when after like a round or two.
Yeah, I think Tate late round props is huge, but
yeah. No, I get that side. Again, I haven't played anything yet. I'm probably gonna end up playing Ketlin, especially if the odds come in. But yeah, I like the Tate live play and I like the late rounds.
Excuse me, that's this guy. There is this feature on YouTube where you can go back on videos. This guy just commented this real. Actually, I mean, is this real?
What do you say?
Can you highlight this?
Yeah, bro, just go back.
You actually can go back on videos in YouTube. Yeah. I hope if this gets extended, Misha gets me the finish because, man, lately I had Usman rounds 4 and 5. I had Thank late and she was looking good for a finish, I think.
Yeah,
you were on the same bets.
Square bet on Usman.
You mean Usman? Man, this fucking guy is still with
That was a bad bet.
I also had which one the other day? Yeah, didn't hit.
The Yan one.
Holloway round 3, 4, and 5. I mean, come on, man.
In which one?
I thought Jair had quit in round 3 when
Max?
he just curled into a ball in round 3. And then I was thinking he's not going to survive 2 more minutes in round 3 because I needed 4 for a huge payday. The guy just started to fight like a crackhead. I was like, what the fuck? This can't be happening. So yeah, that's it. We have some other promotions this weekend. And Bo is very excited to share his bets. And we have also some boxing. We will cover it right now. And then we will do the usual 5 or 10 minutes question and answers. This has been a long pod, but no problem. We have still time until the NFL. Don't worry, guys.
All right, really quick. So if any of you guys follow my Twitter, you know, I low-key spend more time taping regional stuff than I do taping the UFC. There's such a crazy edge in some of these regional lines and the market's so soft. There's 2 bets for ACA that I like a lot. I played Josiel Silva against Bidzina, plus 170 and plus 145. He's right at like I think it's like minus 110 either way right now. I still think there's actually quite a bit of value there. He should be the outright favorite. I'm kind of shocked at that line. I think it's an overreaction because he's lost like 2 of his last 3 or whatever. But Silva's a really good striker. He's pretty damn good off his back. His takedown defense is solid. This other guy's just kind of nothing. And he's a wrestler, doesn't have good top control. I think Silva's going to, in hindsight, look like a massive favorite. So I played him decent, plus 170. And then you guys might know this guy, Makashvili. Levon Makashvili fought in the UFC a couple like years and years ago. Really from Georgia, really, really fucking good wrestler. Dude's a stud. Like his top control, striking's not that bad. He's fighting this juiced up Brazilian dude. He's kind of scary, but like, okay. So
is this the guy from this face off that I posted he tried to murder the guy?
But I taped that fight too. That shit was fucking hilarious, dude. And I saw it on Twitter. I was dying.
Man, that was so good because the guy goes to double check with the translator. The Brazilian goes like, yeah, I'm going to kill him on Saturday. And he goes, what?
The translator just said the completely wrong thing too. I read someone's comment. They're like, he didn't even say anything close to that.
He slapped him out of the chair. It was incredible.
That was crazy. Yeah, I actually didn't play anything on that one. I think the value's on Tony Johnson, like plus 130 or whatever, but I'm not touching that. But yeah, that Makashvili, I have like 2.5 units on him. I think it's a really, really solid one. I got a minus 141. I think it's somewhere similar, still around there. But yeah, this Brazilian guy in his last fight, literally a 46-year-old dude had him on his back for like 8 to 10 minutes. I just think that's crazy, bro. I think Makashvili is just going to run on him. But yeah, ACA is pretty fun this week. I like those two spots.
You got anything else, Andrew? ACA, CFFC. I love CFFC. It's a fucking shit show every week.
It's the best, bro.
Yeah, I like CFFC too, but no, I have nothing this week. I'm throwing a little money on Bo's ACA plays, so that's it. Yeah, gonna be
they better
back.
hit if he wants to be back on the podcast.
we gotta have him. I told him we gotta have him back on for Jason Witt's next fight.
Oh,
that's his
dude.
guy.
That's gonna be fucking
the Vanilla
glorious.
Gorilla. That's
Just
an elite
just so everyone knows, everyone's hyping up Chimaev and all these other 170ers. Y'all better not keep sleeping on Jason Witt, man. He's gonna.
I don't think that will get sanctioned.
He's gonna put Philip Rowe on his ass and beat him up for 3 rounds. It's gonna be disgusting. That fight.
He's fighting Phil Rowe.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious.
He's going to die.
I know, bro.
Like maybe first punch, it's going to be like pump.
It's gonna be so bad. But yeah, I'm super fucking pumped for that fight week. I love.
You
Jason
see that
Witt,
they made this guy roll with Gordon Ryan on pay-per-view?
Dude, I watched that. I watched that.
It's on
bro.
YouTube. It's on YouTube. You can see the replay. I was like, who wants to see this?
Dude, I was one of the fucking 10 idiots who was watching that live. It
was under a paywall, right? It was on
it's on Flow Grappling, but I had Flow, so I just watched it. But yeah, I don't know why the hell they made that. Philip Rowe comes out in like a Michael Jordan jersey, like a basketball jersey, doing it. It was just, that whole thing was bizarre. It was like exhibition, no time limit. That was hilarious.
I watched it on YouTube and I was like, look at this.
Dude,
he was doing so whatever bad. He went there. I mean, he's the best no-G grappler in the world by far. It's not close. And Phil Rowe is a good grappler, but I mean, he has no business being in the same mat with Gordon Ryan. That's insane.
I know, that's crazy.
I actually think Gordon was, you know what I mean? He didn't want to humiliate the guy. He just submitted he 4 or 5 times and let him roll a little bit.
Position up. He literally, like, the last 10 minutes of that, they were just like friendly rolling in the gym. It was pretty funny, dude. He'd like give up his back so he could get some escapes in.
A lot of times. Gave the impression that he could have submitted the guy, like, I'm not exaggerating, 40 or 50 times. Like, seriously. That was easy. He's incredible on top, man. The pressure, it's not normal. I saw someone say, what about the boxing? There is a pretty good fight this weekend. Sean Porter versus Terence Crawford.
Oh, I think the line is wide. Damn good.
Who do you have in that? Porter is like plus 450 or something like that. Crawford is a very special talent, but if he doesn't find a finish and Porter has a brick head and the guy is impossible to kill, it's going to be close because he just goes forward and puts a lot of volume and makes it dirty. So, yeah. I told the other day that we were taking over the world. So what now? Joel Alvarez is on the top 15. We got Chris Barnett coming for Ngannou. Kiko Martinez, man. I forgot to tweet that. I hit that. Plus 900 against Keith Galahad. You see the knockout? He killed him.
Yeah, that was insane, dude.
He fucking killed him. And then the round ended and first punch in the 6th round. Boom. Bonk. Like Robin Black said.
The
guy
nuts,
died.
Dude. Wait, is Chris Barnett Spanish?
Yeah, he was born in Zaragoza, Spain.
No shit. What the hell? I did not know that. That's funny as hell.
That's a bad look for you guys.
When he walks out, you can see the Spanish flag in both his UFC fights. I was ashamed of it until the last fight. That was glorious. Villante had no chance. That's an elite heavyweight.
That one had to hurt you, Andrew. I'm sorry, buddy.
Dude, that broke my heart. I
played Villante. Villante round 3. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be cardiac arrest after 10 minutes. And Villante comes out looking like Santa Claus. That was
ready
horrible.
To quit. Dude, Barnett was literally ready to quit. That was like his last, I'm convinced that was like his last hurrah. Like Villante won the first round on all 3 judges' scorecards. Barnett was slowing down and he threw some crazy kick.
Hear me out. Villante was fine. Like he was fine. He ate the kick and the guy was just punching his ears and he was like, fuck this shit and walked away. The guy was fine.
He made a choice on his knees right there. He was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go home. I think I'm good.
I think he was just too fat to get up. But he was fine. Yeah, because he will have needed to post. You know what I mean? And he was on his knees with the guy on top of him. Yeah.
That was so fucked.
Yeah, so I am not advising people to play Porter, but I think there is value there. I think he's going to lose. latest stoppage or Crawford decision, but it's going to look closer than the line probably. Yeah, Joel Alvarez is staying at 155. I told you the other day too. It's official now.
Yeah, he's in the rankings now. Who are they going to give him next?
Doesn't matter. Has Charles Oliveira vacated already?
Who do you think at 55 is like? Who's his toughest fights at 55? Do you think?
For Alvarez?
Yeah.
We have talked about this a lot. I told you what he was going to do to Moises, or didn't I? I can screenshot the messages.
You and I
was like, Andrew, this guy is the bet of the year. He's going to kill the guy. And Andrew, I don't know. I may play submission.
I did, dude. I played submission, and I was like, all right, cool. He hurt him. Now Moises.
And I'm like, no way, Moises. What are you waiting for? Shoot, man, shoot. I was thinking this guy is ready to shoot into a guillotine or an anaconda, and the guy just decided, I don't know, accepted his fate and just died.
I was shocked by that too, man. When he was getting pieced up on the feet, I knew you guys had sub bets. I actually had him round 1. I played that like partway through the card. I just like threw a couple hundred on round 1.
I had 8. Inside the distance too, but I should have taken all inside the distance. I had 6 units.
Jesus Christ.
Like
no, that was a good call.
I said the other day on the podcast, but it got like cut. You couldn't hear shit. This guy is a striker. And he always says the same thing. I'm a striker after each fight. And he can actually wrestle. I'm serious. I know he has 0% wrestling defense, but this guy can wrestle. Someday he's going to come out and wrestle somebody offensively. And people are going to be, oh, no way, Joel Alvarez is the new GSP. No. Like what Andrew said, we have talked about this already. I'm not saying he cannot beat them, but my biggest issue is going to be, I tweeted this actually, someone that can take him down and shut him down from top. Someone like Makhachev, maybe Gamrot.
Gregor Gillespie, dude. Make that fight.
He finishes Gillespie.
Yeah?
What about Armin?
I don't think Gillespie gets that fight down. Gillespie is like, I don't know. He doesn't think in there, man. He will just go face first into a knee or something.
Dude, Alvarez is also fucking massive for the division. It's kind of crazy, dude.
Small too.
Man, he's
huge.
Exactly.
For a 55er, Yoel's huge and Gregor's kind of small. Actually, that could be an interesting one. He's like a foot taller.
Who is this guy? So I can block him on Twitter. Gamrot gonna kill Alvarez. No, I think he's going to beat a lot of people. I tweeted Alvarez in May. Alvarez is going to make a run at the 155 belt, and I am sure that tweet screenshot ended in every Discord like this guy is fucking retarded. We will see. Shut the fuck up.
Do you guys want to do it?
He's going to make the weight next time. I knew that he was 180 1 month before the fight, and he was dieting and everything, and he said that he woke up at 158 the day of the weigh-ins, and he couldn't get it off. And then they weighed the guy on fight night, and he was only 175. He usually goes up to 181, 182. So I'm not sure what was the issue. But he also said that the PI are going to take over his nutrition, and he's going to train there before just the weeks before the fight. He's going to be fine. He can make the weight.
I think so too. Who's a prospect that you guys think will be a champ and the most overrated prospect right now? Bo, I'll let you start.
That's a good one. I honestly think Topuria has a really good shot, man.
I think Topuria is
that's what we both. I guarantee you, that's what me and Magic were both thinking of saying.
Yeah, I think Topuria is really fucking good for whatever. Like that fight with Movsar Evloev is such a good fight, dude. I don't always love the idea of them putting up top contenders or not top contenders, like rising prospects against each other. But that's a pretty damn good one, dude. I like Topuria to win that fight. I think he's a really good shot at becoming champ. Just kind of the more time he gets in the cage, I think he's gonna look better. I'm trying to think of an overrated prospect. Oh yeah, actually, I don't want to say this because I don't want to kill the fade.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Patty's gonna get fucking killed one of these days, dude. I mean, it's just a matter of time, dog. Like. I can't even describe how proud I am that I didn't bet Luigi in that fight. Like I wanted to so bad, man, just so when he lost, I could say I did it. I played the under there, but no, I think
I did bet Luigi, man. I was like, what the fuck? I bet Luigi Vendramini against.
Yeah,
Paddy.
no, dude, I was
thinking
close,
Paddy is
man.
going to come into the UFC and be at 145 and be a grappler, and the guy comes out at 155 looking like a calisthenic athlete, and suddenly is a power puncher. What the fuck is going on in Liverpool?
See, that was the one thing too, man. Like from his tape and from what I knew of him, I didn't really expect him to be like slinging bombs like that either. Oh, and then another prospect, really quick. Who's that guy? Ian Gary. I mean, I root the kid good luck, and I hope he has a good UFC career. But
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I honestly think that like Jordan Williams won that first round, dude. I thought that was a bad look, but yeah, I think we're gonna get really good numbers on both those guys.
He won the round until he went unconscious, right?
Yeah, but yeah, those are two decent ones. Who do you guys have as far as that's a good question though? Who do you guys have?
You could go, Magic.
I mean, I wasn't going to say Topuria because I don't think he's a prospect anymore. The secret was out long ago. But I tweeted, it was the day of the Yusuf Talal fight before the walkouts. I tweeted, Topuria is going to be UFC champion. Just to have it there, I'm going to put it in my wall when he becomes champion. I'm going to print the tweet and put it in my wall with the date and everything. I think Charukian is going to be champion, but I'm not sure if he's a prospect anymore. I mean, he's not ranked.
No, he is now.
I think Charukian beats Makhachev right now with a full camp. Yeah. I actually think he won a round and he was close to taking another. Just he cardio died.
Like I remember
round one, Makhachev mounted him with it was a trip and he had him mounted with an arm trapped and the guy got up like the fucking Undertaker. I couldn't believe it. He's insane. And most overrated, I don't know. I could say at least 6 or 7. I'm sure there is another prospect that I think is going to be champion, but I cannot think about him right now. I mean, is Chimaev a prospect?
No. See, that's the thing. It's kind of like a fine line at a certain point. Once a guy's had a couple fights in the UFC, beating some decent guys, it's kind of hard
that's
to
a good
keep
one,
calling him like young prospects.
Jake Hadley is pretty good. Pretty good.
I kind of just I think he's good, man. I mean, he made Mitch Raposo look like pretty decent for about 5 minutes, though, in that contender series.
That guy is really good. I'm telling you, I have seen him forever.
Okay.
He has the eye of the tiger. That guy is like he's a hooligan with fighting skills.
I like Hadley. I thought that Raposo fight was a little bit rough, but yeah, I hope he does well.
Another guy saying Gamrot. I don't think Gamrot is a prospect. I think Gamrot is the goods personally. I think over 5 rounds he's going to be a huge problem for a lot of people. 5 rounds Gamrot is a problem. Same as Peter Yan 5 rounds. It changes things. Gamrot is the same.
No, I completely agree. Andrew, you know this too. I've been a huge fucking Gamrot fan since KSW. Like, I think that guy's the man. I had him huge against Stevens and honestly wasn't shocked by that. But I think I was going to say Gamrot, but I don't think he's a prospect either. He's pretty fucking established, dude. I think he's going to give a lot of people.
He was a double champion at KSB. He cannot be a prospect.
Yeah, not at all. But yeah, Gamrot.
Most overrated, I don't know who to say really. I am trying to think. Maybe I let Andrew start and then I say one. I'm not going to say Paddy because I don't think he's going to get exposed, honestly, because the UFC is going to take care of him. He makes huge numbers, man. If you go to the UFC YouTube channel, the numbers he makes, it's insane. Like people were saying, he signed with Barstool.
That's huge. That's like
a big deal, man. And
that's a big deal.
People were saying, he's going to get outclassed or whatever. I mean, the UFC is not fucking stupid. They are going to give Paddy 2 or 3 good fights. They are not going to go and say, okay, Paddy Pimblett versus Arman Charukian, UFC Moscow. No, that's not going to happen. He's going to fight someone that he can beat comfortably, or not comfortably because this is the UFC, but they are going to give him good fights over a year, I think. And he could get huge. Like, he could get really huge.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep feeding him bums so we can eventually get like an amazing fade.
What do you think, Andrew, about prospects?
I was gonna say Topuria. Like I would count him as a prospect still because he's still on.
Yeah, we all know Topuria is the best fighter ever, and he's going to be champion.
Do you remember when I told you about Topuria for the first time? Dude, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe me. I was like, there's this guy.
I can't believe this guy that wants to steal the Topuria thing now. Like I can be tweeting at not at him, but saying, Man, fucking Jack Shore was ducking to Puri and Cage Warriors. I made that tweet like 5 times.
Dude, he
Shore
would
was
kill
running
Jack
away
Shore.
from this fight
He would kill
like
Jack
forever
Shore.
at Cage Warriors. What?
He would kill Jack Shore, 100%.
Man, Jack Shore just trying to fight Umar.
Yeah, that just got booked today.
That's a good fight, but why in March? That is long away.
Okay, I thought of a good prospect. He's 2-0 as an amateur. There's a guy named Bo Nickel who wrestled for Penn State, and I think he's gonna be a stud.
He's not
Nah,
a pro.
that was a good one. Yes.
Everybody knows he's going to be a beast. That guy is coming. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's
an
going to be
animal.
so good in a couple of years. He's out here knocking people out, man. He's not even
He's
wrestling.
aggressive, you know. He's top-notch wrestler, but he's fucking aggressive. He wants to hurt people. That's the like of fighter, the kind of fighter I like borderline psychopath. John Strickland territory.
John Strickland. We gotta get him on the pod one of these days.
I answer to every Sean Strickland stories on Instagram. He's going to expose me or something. He's going to say, oh, this fucking guy, because it's my personal Instagram, you know? He doesn't know it's like on Twitter I have a following. I don't have on Instagram.
Yeah.
Strickland will be the best episode ever.
I have 100%, dude. Strickland and McGregor are like my 2 dream guests. Besides Bo, was my 3rd.
This guy in the comments said Mirzakhanov. He's kind of old. I think he's like 33
that guy is
or
not
like
a prospect,
35.
He's not
I don't think he's a prospect. I don't think he's a prospect at all, but that's an interesting one.
He just hits hard, kind of, and he's pretty average, I would say.
Yes.
So that last one you just pulled up, the literally 50%
Aspinall
of
is
the
a good
contender
prospect.
series.
I know a lot of people love betting against Aspinall.
Yeah.
But I think he's good grappling, and he's fucking fast and powerful. And
like
he's a smart guy.
Is Aspinall even a prospect? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because he's already like established. Like he's beaten like.
Yeah, but because the UFC heavyweight division is like a nursery
bad.
Dude,
I bet Aspinall in his last fight against the Russian guy. I can't think of his name. Everyone was
Spivak?
fading him. Yeah. Everyone was fading him.
Yeah, I bet him too. I hit Aspinall sub plus 1800 against Arlovsky. That was like, I thought that was the stupidest fucking line, bro.
And Arlovsky quit. I mean, people are going to get upset at this, but that was not even close, I think.
No,
he was just like, oh, fuck this shit. I am on half a milli every fight. Fuck this shit. Next one.
Yeah, he was like, I'm good on this one.
You guys want to touch on this real quick? We'll do this one, and then we have one more. We'll run through them quick because we've already been going for.
There is no fight card next week.
No, it's Thanksgiving.
That sucks.
Weekend. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't exist here, man. That sucks.
There is no
Thanksgiving here.
The
best fight in December. I don't know.
Ryan Hall versus Derek Minner. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, it's a fun fight.
That is pretty funny though.
That is an all-time fight.
Yeah,
like if Minner guillotines Ryan Hall, man, that would be a dream to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful, bro. Yo, Emmett and Ige is a pretty good fight. I like that one a lot.
I mean, we have Oliveira versus Dustin.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
That one's great.
I kind of like. I'm curious to see how Cody Garbrandt will do down at 125.
Yeah, he's going to be either an unstoppable force or die with the first punch.
Yeah. Also, Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly is going to be an absolute bang.
Honestly, I think the best fight is Jose Aldo versus Rob Font.
Such a good one, man.
And Riddle versus Fiziev is going to be. Whew.
Also, Gamrot Diego Ferreira. That's fire. I think that's the 18th.
That is for February, I think.
Wait, is that really?
No, I think
that's in December.
No,
isn't it?
I think that's February, like 11th February or 18th February, something like that.
Am I totally wrong with that? All right, never mind.
I don't know. Hang on.
I thought that was this year.
I'm looking it up right now. Carlos Diego Ferreira is fighting against. Hang on, I think this froze. Diego Ferreira is fighting against Gamrot on December 18th.
Let's fucking go. That's
a
good one.
That's February. I'm pretty sure.
Is it wrong?
No way. That's December. That's great.
Dude, yes, it is. It absolutely is bad. There's no way that fight belongs in the same
I'm going to check it myself.
Wait,
that's Font versus Aldo. What do you not believe?
Wait, what are you responding to?
He said Lewis versus Dawkins isn't bad either. I was like, dude, there's like 20 fights that are better than that.
Like Justin Taffa and Harry Hunsucker. That's a banger, dude.
Thompson versus Muhammad. Andrew is looking forward to that fight. Andrew is big Belal Muhammad fan.
Dude, Tom is gonna kill him. I can't wait.
I love they made that fight, bro. That's perfect.
They should have made Chimaev or Colby versus Belal. That's what I wanted.
Everybody was calling for the fight, and then Chimaev was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Give me whoever." And then all the welterweights started accepting fights. I think. They only put Chimaev out when he's.
All right, we gotta get out of here. Let's do the Gem parlay, and then we'll hit the road.
Also, the Patriots are going to cover today.
Yeah, we've got our in-house
You
resident expert.
You bet NFL Magic. You bet NFL. What the fuck?
Yeah, I do every weekend. Man, I cleaned the slate last 2 weeks. I posted the bets. I'm up like crazy this year in NFL. Really? I should have tracked that. Where can you track that? At BetMMA, no, for sure.
All right, Bo, you want to start with the D-Gen parlay?
Dude, I used to be a D-Gen parlay master. I kind of stopped doing that when I started tracking a bunch. Give me a sec. Let me look through. You guys kick it off.
I can start us off. I'm gonna go Godinez submission, McKinney submission, and then Durden submission. That's got to be like plus $1 million.
Oh, we're going D-Gen on these. Okay.
Yeah. Well, dude, because sometimes I do like a couple of legs and people are like, "Oh, that's not D-Gen enough." I'm like, "All right, like."
You want a fucking D-Gen parlay? Yeah. Here you go. I'll do Tucker Lutz KO, Soriano KO, and Cody Durden money line. I think that's a decent one.
I could see. I know every week Magic is definitely typing this out right now. Like as we're, are you typing your D-Gem parlay right now?
Yeah, I didn't bet it yet because I was putting all the bets in and updating people and all this. I like this one. Pinero round 1, McKinney round 1, Kang round 3. 50 to win. 13,000.
Jesus.
Dude, my favorite was
I capped this at minus 175.
Dude, my favorite was when you tweeted at me that Colby head kick was plus 4,000, and I quote tweeted it and was
plus
like
5,000, man. I was thinking.
I was like, if anyone needs a safe parlay leg this week, here you go.
Man, Usman picked him up. That was great Nigerian show.
Yeah, it was a big time robbery, but what can you do?
Andrew is never going to watch the fight back
never
at home.
Never once.
Usman clearly won, but there is this campaign on Twitter that people say
Colby 345, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to have this conversation for the 10th time because I know I'm right. So let's just move on. All right. I think that's all.
What was the biggest MMA bets you have hit this year? I thought he was saying forever.
Me and Bo have the same one, so you go first,
Yeah.
Magic.
Which one?
I had
biggest MMA bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which one you had?
I had 11 units on Volkanovski. Dude, I don't even go that crazy with units in general. Like,
hear me out. I was huge on Volkanovski inside the distance, round 3, round 4, round 5. If Herder stopped the fight in round 4, I would have won like 50 units.
That was bullshit, dude. I had Volk KO at like 400 too.
He was going to die.
I was so bad.
Herdin stopped the fight the other day because Ben Rothwell got punched once.
Dude.
And he let Ortega die.
I know.
I was like,
awful.
What the fuck?
I couldn't believe that. What was your biggest bet of the year, Magic?
I'm trying to think the biggest one I hit this year because first half of the year was fucking horrible. Second half was all right. Should have been Alvarez, but took too much to fuck. At Topuria against Ryan Hall, I was huge on him. Yeah. When was that? That was this year, right?
Yep.
I had a match on that too.
Yeah, I had him knockout inside the distance, round 1, everything. That was huge. That was fucking glorious. I was like, yeah, fucking kill him. Come on. There was like 10 seconds left. And he was like, hammer fist.
No, that was great.
Yeah. All
Look
right,
at us. Yeah, that guy. He's right. I hit huge on that one. Look at by submission. It was a really stupid line.
Yeah,
This wasn't the biggest one, but I hit Felicia Spencer by KO at 900 last week. That was
I
pretty
had inside the distance, and that fight gave me cancer.
Oh god, dude, that was so bad. That third round was disgusting. I didn't think they were gonna stop it.
That was like, oh my god, stop the fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are done, I think, right? This was a long one. 1 hour.
Yeah, that was long.
It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I've been trying to end this for the last 20 minutes. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks, Bo, for coming on. We appreciate it.
You can promote yourself, or if you have some promo to do, I don't know, your business, or maybe your grandma has a restaurant, whatever it is, you can promote.
The floor is yours.
Man, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Mr. Robert Miller. I just post the bets I make and fuck around and talk about Jason Witt. It's pretty much it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. This is the first podcast I've ever done, and yeah, had a good time. You guys are killing the show, dude. Just keep it rolling, and eventually you guys will you'll get Jason Witt on, and that'll be the best thing to happen to your show. So I wish you guys good luck.
If we ever get Jason Witt on, we'll have you on as well.
Oh, dude, I'll fucking die.
Man, I don't think that's a difficult one to hit.
Nah, dude.
Like, I could do it right now.
I'm gonna email now.
Please do. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, for sure. Take
And
care,
next
everyone.
week there is no card, but in 2 weeks we will have Aldo versus Font, really good card, and we will have Gugabe on. Unless he dies in a concentration camp in Australia before that, he's going to be here.
On that note, peace.
Bye.
Peace out, boys.